up on Classroom under Unit 2. We have recursive formula. Remember, I'll give you the first term, and then I'll tell you how to use the previous term from there. All right, so if I said find the fourth term, I can't find the fourth term right away, right? I got to find term 2, 3, and then I can find 4 by doing what? 3 times the, what's this?
The term before.
Previous term plus 2. So 3 times 6 plus 2 will give me the second term. All right, remember, you cannot use this formula to find any term but the next term. That is it. I may ask you tomorrow, probably a high chance, I'll give you a sequence of numbers and say, write the recursive formula. You've got to give me 2 parts, first term and then something about the previous term. Okay, so this is what I need to see if I ask you to write your own recursive formula. Part 2, everything about arithmetic. How do I know by looking that it's going to be arithmetic? I'm adding the same number. If I see a D value somewhere, all right, that tells me it's arithmetic. This is the formula on your formula sheet, remember? You don't need to memorize it. That'll basically find any term in an arithmetic sequence. You want to find the 50th, the 100th, we can use this formula. Now, if you want to add them all up, you're going to have to build your own sigma. And that's part of the review today. All right, so arithmetic sequence, you're adding the same number. If you want to add up all the terms, you got to build your own sigma. There's no magic formula. And then the third part is what we did this week, geometric, which is I do what to every term? Multiply. If you're having concern, you don't know what you're multiplying by, what can you do? Take a term and divide by the previous term. That'll tell you what you're multiplying by. Both formulas to find any term or to add them up are both on your formula sheet. Okay? Both on your formula sheet. Bless you. Is there anything in general? Because I'm not a big fan of standing up here and doing problems with you. I'd rather you call me over and sit with you individually because there's not that many of you. If you just go to your packet for me, I don't want you to do number 2. It's nothing really. I've done it with a couple people, and then after doing it with them, I'm like, hey, we don't need to do something like this. And it gets confusing. Everything else is fair game. So just so you know, you can go 2 different places because I know some of you want as much practice as possible, and I respect that. So in your packet, you have 27 review questions. Answers are up on Classroom under homework. And then yesterday after school, I built a huge Delta Math review that's got everything on it. Okay, so you have 2 different places, a slew of practice problems. You choose whatever you want to do. If you want to stay in the packet, that's fine. Just make sure you're checking your answers up on Classroom. Or if you want to go on the Delta Math I put on yesterday after school, do that too. All right, but there's no reason for me to be standing up here any longer teaching you how to do problems. You guys got to practice and fail and succeed on your own. All right, any questions in general? 40 points, 14 questions. What's up, Richie?
You just put the back to the last.
Yep, and then just remember this is up on Classroom too. All right, there's a slide that says unit test review topics, but I'll leave that up there. All right, you can work with whoever you want. You guys have been pretty good with that. I appreciate all your hard work you're putting in this year. So let's keep this going strong.